as we know, when women get pregnant, they tend to gain some weight. But now there's this new trend of shaming women for being fat when they are pregnant. And one good example of that is actually Kim Kardashian. Now, as you guys know, if you've watched the show regularly, you know that we're not huge fans of Kim Kardashian. We don't really care about what she's up to, but she is the perfect example of someone who is pregnant and who is continuously fat shamed, even though she can't help the fact that she's gaining weight. In fact, the fact that she's gaining weight is probably a positive thing if she's pregnant.
For the kid, yeah.
Now, the VMAs just happened, and there were a number of people who made memes about her. They were shared all over the place, and you might be wondering, okay, well, who cares if some random people on the internet are sharing memes of her? People are evil, they're cruel, it's not a big deal. Well, then you have media outlets like Buzzfeed that are making lists of all the memes that people are creating, and they're almost making fun of her and laughing about it, and it really bothers me. It doesn't matter if this is Kim Kardashian. I don't care if you put another woman in her situation, in her place. This is not okay, and it's something that I really feel like we need to talk about. Okay, so let's take a look at one of the memes that someone created. Oh, so funny. She looks like a potato. All right.
She's pregnant.
Okay. Yeah. Here are some of the tweets.
What the fuck?
Are we sure that some of these aren't perhaps more about the outfit than the shape? Not the potato one, probably. But people were criticizing her and Kanye's outfits, too, which is a separate thing. That's a choice. That has nothing to do with the pregnancy.
It's a separate thing, but it's no surprise that they used a potato. And in every picture that I'm going to show you, they're referencing...
Gross.
It is gross. Let me continue, though. Some woman on Twitter wrote, Kim Kardashian always looking like a blimp when she's pregnant.
Jesus.
Yeah, I wonder what you're going to look like when you're pregnant. Do you think you're going to look like a supermodel? Because you probably won't.
Probably.
Oh, you know what? She also limps when she has a broken leg. What the fuck? I mean, that's 2 + 2 = 4. Wow, you're upset that people are human beings?
I mean, it goes further than that. Okay, so let's take a look at the next meme. I'm not a movie buff, so I don't...
Oh, come on.
Yeah. This is not okay. And
I don't know if we should show these even.
Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe we don't need to.
But I want to show you guys so you understand just how unbearably disgusting
this is misogyny, right? So this is a misogynistic culture. This is women hating.
Yes, there is an element of misogyny in it, but there
definitely
are so many women that are sharing these memes. It's not about men hating on women. It's not about sex. Yes, there's an element of sexism in it, but it's more about the fact that people think it's okay to shame someone like this just because they don't like them. First of all, I get it, okay? I have my issues with the Kardashian family. I hate the media's obsession with them. And even though we're talking about this, and you're probably going to say, well, you seem obsessed, you're talking about her. This isn't about her. This is about the fact that people think it's acceptable to be this cruel on the internet when a woman is pregnant. She can't help it.
Yeah.
Well, and also I would say that just to historical accuracy, they're probably especially bad now that she's pregnant. But this does go on with Kim Kardashian when she's not pregnant, too.
Exactly. Look, I don't like the fat shaming when she isn't pregnant. Okay, even though when I was younger and a lot stupider, I probably engaged in that a little bit, okay? But the fact that she's pregnant now and people are doing this is, I shouldn't be surprised, okay?
Well, you should be surprised that BuzzFeed put together the list, because BuzzFeed now wants to be a respected outlet for news and everything. You probably can't do the Kim Kardashian fat memes anymore, I would assume, and present it as a serious article.
Yeah, I mean, again, we make fun of Chris Christie, what have you. That's a different thing than a woman being pregnant and then shaming her for how she looks when she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Now you're shaming femininity. You're shaming motherhood. You're shaming biology. You're shaming femininity. You're shaming being a woman who gives birth.
And think
deeply. And that the fact that other women are doing it shows you how women can internalize self-hatred. That's misogyny turned inside.
Yeah. Can I devil's advocate?
Yeah.
So because I don't watch her show. This is one of the reasons I don't watch the VMAs either. I don't understand why we are so obsessed with watching these performances and all that. But I think one of the reasons that might help to explain why it's not just men, it's women too, is it feels like on social media and all that with the books and everything, the product that she sells is how perfect her life is and how perfect her body is and how beautiful she is. And so I think that a lot of the women who are later going to attack her probably feel like they're being attacked constantly when she posts pictures of look how perfect my boobs are, look how perfect my ass is. And the thing is, Do not take this to justify it at all. I'm just trying to understand the psychology of why crazy people target the people they do, because they're going to do crazy stuff, but they still have to choose a target at some point.
I don't think that's the psychology.
Do you think there's no psychology?
No, I don't think that's
here's
it,
an
though.
additional thing.
No, here's what it is.
Like,
I know the
they're
psychology.
placing a microscope on her body, but she every day places a microscope on her body and on her life. Like, that's what she sells is, here, take a look at my life. I want you to obsess over my appearance and obsess over my outfits. And so people do that, and a lot of it's positive, but then a lot of it's going to be negative too.
No, here's what happens, okay? People should be able to distinguish between a non-pregnant person and a pregnant person.
Yeah, but like I said,
When
they do it anyway.
Let's do a little biology
even when she's
lesson,
not
okay?
pregnant.
So for all the dumb women out there who are criticizing the way that she looks, let me explain something to you. So something happens called intercourse, right? Where sperm enters the vagina, and then all of a sudden it fertilizes an egg, it embeds itself into the uterine wall, and then she becomes pregnant, and a baby grows in a womb, right? And then in order for the baby to grow, the stomach needs to expand, okay? That's what happens to your body. So when you get pregnant, why don't you post some pictures of yourself on the internet and see how you feel when people start calling you a fucking blimp, okay? Because that's fucking disgusting behavior. Disgusting for men, from women, from anyone who thinks it's okay to criticize a pregnant woman. I don't care if it's Kim Kardashian, don't care if it's Kate Moss, don't care if it's someone at TYT. You do not say disrespectful things about a woman's appearance when she's pregnant.
I mean, all women already feel, about being pregnant and losing their their shape changing when they're they already are out of their mind over that. That's a tough thing for a woman to go through.
Yes.
And then you're going to put this on. That's just being. So we're becoming a coarse culture. There's a culture of dicks, a culture of reality TV pricks.
I think we are. I don't know if we're becoming. We are.
You know, Donald.
It's just more transparent.
You know,
now.
Or she's just so high profile that
I think
you get a
you
lot
would-
of comments about your appearance.
Nobody
a lot
would've-
positive, some bad.
Yeah.
If you had 10 times as many followers, you'd probably have 10 times as many positive and 10 times as many negative.
Yeah,
and it'd be
I
more
guess.
noticeable.
Whatever. I don't know. But going back to the psychology very quickly, John, yeah, I think that there are women out there, I think there are people out there who look at her life and they look at her appearance and they love to hate on her because regardless of what you think of her personality, she's fucking beautiful, okay? She's a beautiful woman who has a beautiful figure and she managed to make a freaking empire based on that. And she's fabulously wealthy as a result. So people love seeing her fat or whatever. They love making fun of her appearance because it makes them feel good about themselves. They're nothing but bullies. So your commentary about her appearance while she's pregnant just proves to me how ugly you are as a person. And I would love all these pathetic little bitches who are hiding behind the internet to please reveal themselves and show me how beautiful you think you are, okay? If you think it's acceptable to make fun of people while they're pregnant because you think they look fat, I would love to see a picture of you in your bikini. Please, so whoever that woman was. Basic bitch? Okay, yeah, please. I'd like to see your picture. I'd love to see what you'd look like in a bikini. And when you get pregnant, show me those pictures as well.